Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of my Anno 117 Pax Romana playthrough. This is right where we left off in the previous video. I just bought my second island because of the resin and olive fertility, and because of that I would finally be able to upgrade my plebeians to the EQUITES. Okay, so let's get right into it. As always, I just began with constructing the basic layout for the harbor area. I also decided to already place some buildings for the timber chain. Of course, this is just temporary, but I didn't have enough timber yet to place a warehouse to place it somewhere else. So this is gonna have to do for now. I had enough timber, I just copied the construction from my other island and placed it on this one. And after that, I just started to construct some of the basic layout for this island and for the city. This island is probably just going to be like a production island because of the olive and resin fertility. So the city isn't going to be that big, but I did want to have like a cool, nice city. So that's exactly what I did. And in my opinion, I think it turned out quite well. So that's really great. I also decided to already construct some of the special buildings for the Liberty as well as for the plebeians. I really like this because in the future that would mean that I could just upgrade them, so that would be really easy. It took quite a while, but I think that it turned out really well, so that's absolutely amazing because as I just said, that would be really easy for the future. And after that, I also just decided to already upgrade some of the Libertus residences because of course this island was in the negative balance, so I had to fix that. I also placed some of the production buildings for my Liberty residences, and I also started on my farm. As you can see, you can actually perfectly fit the farms together. I would absolutely recommend that you do that because it's really going to save a lot of place for your island in the future. In the beginning, it might seem not necessary because you have a lot of space, but trust me, you will really need that space in the future. So after I did that, I placed the other buildings for the Liberty residences to fulfill their needs to upgrade them to the plebeians. So yeah, that worked out really well. Okay, so I've now finally built my farm and also the corresponding production buildings. So that's really great. I just have to wait until I can upgrade my Liberty residences for the plebeians so I can start producing some amphorae and olive oil, and then I can just make a trade route with the ship to export it to this island so I can upgrade these plebeian residences. So right now I just have to wait a little bit more until the needs of these Liberty are fulfilled. I decided to upgrade some more Liberty residences and I forgot some research things, so I just started some new ones. And I also kind of forgot to choose a patron god, and as I said before, I really like Ceres, so I just chose her again. After some more upgrading, my city looked like this, and I decided to upgrade my first Liberty residences on this island. As always, I just wanted to construct a separate area for my filthy buildings like I always do, and I constructed some buildings for the tile chain, so that's also really great. I also placed some buildings for the bread production chain and also some buildings for the Garen production chain. I upgraded some more Liberty residences because I didn't have enough workforce, and I also had a little interaction with the Emperor. I decided to donate him a lot because it's really important to have a good reputation with him because it gives a lot of boosts, so I would also really recommend to do that. I also made some more production buildings for the plebeians, like for the sandal chain and for the soap chain. It's absolutely amazing that this island also has the lavender fertility along with the resin and olive fertility, because this island is just perfect for the plebeians. It has all the fertilities that they need. So after I just did a little bit more building, I was almost finished with the plebeians. I also expand my farms a little bit more because my Liberty residences weren't getting enough things, so that wasn't really great for my income, so I just fixed that. Finally decided to make some production buildings for the olive oil production chain, so it was really great to finally do that, but I didn't have enough tiles, so I did some other things while I was waiting, like I upgraded some more Liberty residences. After I waited a little bit, I had enough tiles and I could finally build the olive press buildings. I upgraded some more buildings with the tiles and timber that I got from my other islands, and I finally had enough materials to start building for the amphorae production chain, so that's exactly what I did. And this would finally mean that I had enough things for my other islands to just trade to upgrade them to the EQUITES. I just made a new trade route between my two islands with my flagship, which is a bit annoying because that would mean that I don't have any other ships, but it had to be done, so I was really happy about that. I ran into some major fire safety issues once again, but because I've already unlocked the wells, it was kind of easy to fix that, but it did cost me a lot of my materials, which I didn't really like, but it just had to be done, so I fixed the fire safety after just placing some wells, which was really great. My Liberty residences didn't have enough food again, so I had to expand my farm even more. My plebeian residences in Rome finally had enough things for them to be upgraded, so that's exactly what I did. I finally unlocked the EQUITES, and instantly the emperor told me that I can now go to Albion, so I am going to do that. But I also unlocked some other buildings, like the theater, and I also planned where it's gonna be. I didn't have enough resources yet, but this building is absolutely amazing. I had enough resources, so I finally built the theater, and as you can see, my happiness just went up like by a lot. And I could now also build the aqueduct, which was like really great. I didn't have enough resources yet though, but as you can see, my fire safety is really bad, so it's gonna be really important for the future that I have a lot of aqueducts. And after a bit, I also upgraded some more buildings. I decided that it was finally time to go to Albion, and after I traveled like a lot with my ship to search for a good island, I decided that I was going to choose this one that you're going to see in a bit, is this one, because it has like really great fertility, so I am going to settle that island in the next episode. Aragorn asked to settle in this island in Albion, but that's also the island that I wanted to settle, so I denied his request. Siamia also wanted to settle on an island in Albion, and after I looked at the island, I realized that the fertilities on it weren't really good, so for the first time in my life, I actually granted someone an island. Once again, I did some more upgrades because like I didn't have that much income on this island, and after I did that I waited a little bit and then I could construct some more buildings for the concrete production chain because I didn't have those buildings yet on this island, so that was also really nice. When you like have a lot of residences on the same island, your fire safety will be absolutely horrible, and I saw that I had a lot of resources now, so I expanded my aqueduct a little bit more. But once again, it's really normal if you have a bad fire safety, but once you've unlocked the aqueduct and you build it, it should kind of stabilize. If it doesn't, then you kind of have to like reconstruct your city, but the aqueducts are absolutely amazing. I expanded my aqueduct even more, and I was actually able to upgrade my first aqueduct cistern, and as you can see it changed my fire safety with like 250, although it only affects about I think 100 buildings. So that's really great. Because so now you can like see how good the aqueduct actually is. I saw that I had a lot of money, so I decided to buy my third island. It didn't cost that much, but I also didn't have like tons and tons of money, so I think it was a really good decision. And I also placed some buildings for the timber chain on the new island. I also finalized the construction of the theater on my second island, so now my happiness was also like rising with a whole lot, so that was really great. And I also started to build a little bit on my aqueduct on this island. And here's a sped up time lapse of me building a little bit more on my third island. This is also my second YouTube video ever, so I'm kind of a rookie and I would absolutely appreciate it if you would leave some tips and tricks in the comments. Even if you like didn't like something, I would really like to hear your feedback. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you would do that. And because I couldn't find any copyright-free music, I'm just going to talk a little bit more. I'm just going to give some tips and tricks. In the beginning, I'd always like prefer to just kind of make a layout for my city because, as I said before, then it's really easy to just click on a button to upgrade everything, so you don't have to build everything again. So yeah, I would like really recommend that you do that. As you can see, I'm doing that right now, and I always do that because it's like really handy in my opinion. But of course, you can do what you want. I expanded my aqueduct even more, and as you are going to see, I could build another cistern, so that's really great. I just forgot to connect it to the roads, so my fire safety isn't getting impacted right now, but it will be positive in a little bit, which is really great because that's like the first time in a whole while that I won't be able to get any fire incidents, so that's absolutely amazing. Just like I said, all my safeties are now positive on this island, and that's like really great because otherwise if there's an incident that will impact my income like by a lot. So I finally bought my first island on Albion, but in the next video I am going to be building a lot on it. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching until the end. You're an absolute legend. Please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yes, that was it. Bye.